Welcome to Bites of Light with Angel and Seth Rohr. Our mission is to bring bite-sized nuggets of information to be digested as you please. Take a quick bite or stay for the whole party. Pleasure being the main component of our mission, we will also bring other humans into our space to share their magical brew with us all. Love, service, and wisdom is what we are bringing to the table. Join us in our magical kitchen, where what is being served is for your highest good. Welcome, Don Jorge. It's so nice to see you.
Well, it's a great honor to be in your program. It's great to share from the Andean perspective in this extraordinary news cycle we are experiencing.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so fantastic, the energies that are going on right now. And I'm just so thrilled and honored to have you as part of our launch for our podcast. Thank you for saying yes, and thank you for being here with us today. It's just so amazing.
Great honor. Thank you.
So that picture behind you, let's start there. It is so fantastic. It just takes me right back there.
Well, the city of the children of the sun is probably one of the most extraordinary examples how the architecture, engineering, spirituality, all together with the cosmos, is dancing with the cosmos, and all the expressions of life are interconnected and all interdependent. It is really amazing, not only to see it, but to experience, to feel the place. Our ancestors, they were the children of the sun, and we know that light is love, that is in service, and it's wise. So we can experience it as we walk in the city, that love. The love of the people who build it, but the love of the Mother Earth of the place, the love of the mountains, the love of the river nearby, the love of the clouds, all the expressions of light. And we can experience the wisdom of our ancestors, the wisdom of the Mother Earth, the wisdom of the etheric temples and the inner temples that we can experience here. And we know all that is in service to life.
Yes. Angel and I had the privilege to be in Peru last year with the Don Jorge and experience Machu Picchu and many other of the architectural sites where this energy, this love still exists so palpably. I mean, you feel it, like you said, you feel it when you're there, so strong that it awakens parts of you that have been, for me, parts of me that had been dormant, had been sleeping for a long time. And great heart openings happened for me on that journey with you. It was such a pleasure, and I look forward to getting back to Peru soon.
And it is true. I can remember standing just to your left shoulder, I think, or your right shoulder on the screen, and just looking over the mountains and thinking, I've been here before. My body remembers being there, and it was such a surreal experience. Can you talk about that a little bit, about what actually happens, what we experience from your words when you actually stand on the grounds itself?
Well, one of the most important experiences is to feed the soul. For us, it's very important to feed the soul. Mm-hmm. And that is the first experience, that through beauty is the way how the Mother Earth speaks to us. But in this particular location, the cosmic vitality, the vitality of the Mother Earth, the vitality of the forces of the directions, the 4 winds, the 8 directions, the 12 directions are concentrated. So it's not really easy to say a specific experience for everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody has in a different ways according to the state of consciousness. And according what we need, the spirit, the soul of Machu Picchu brings something unique to remember, to open, to expand, and to heal. So being in Machu Picchu is a gift, the most important gift for us, to be in the sacred lands of the children of the sun. It's just amazing. But as we had the experience, to walk in silence with a closed eye and open your eye after to see the inner world, the upper world, but not only to see, but to be those temples, to be in connection with the light beings, with the masters, asking permission. All that really makes a big difference than just as a tourist. We're talking about the pilgrims. Right. When we have this opportunity to go in a different perception, with a different approach, different attitude. So we are open vessels.
Yes, and people have the opportunity to do that with you and other guides that do this similar thing through Contiki Tours.
Yeah, that's our company that we started. We create this company to have the opportunity to interconnect, to be the bridge between the ancestral lineage of the Chacaruna, the ones of power, the first Inca lineage. And we've been so successful, and we are so grateful that everybody who come with us, always we do that. I mean, we do experiences that is a unique way, to experience the place. Always you will have a great experience, but with a spiritual perspective, with the ceremonies, asking permission, with meditation, with Sami Chakui. Sami Chakui is the way how we elevate the frequencies, but we start always, like you can remember, releasing heavy energies. That's a place of power, the power of the light, the power of love, service, and wisdom to release the energies that doesn't belong to us, the energies that doesn't come from love, to let it go, to forgive, to transform those heavy energies into love energies. That's the real power.
I love that you consider yourself a bridge. And to circle back, you said that Machu Picchu brings this cosmic vitality, and for you to be able to hold space and be that bridge and bring that sacred space to your groups so that they can experience that level of light is just, it's so amazing. It's some of my most powerful experiences that I've had spiritually was with you this spring when we were in Peru, and the different sacred sites that you go to. Like, I know you have Machu Picchu behind you, but we visited a lot of places. It's quite an adventure when we come hang out with you.
Yes. We have such a amazing. We call power places, birth, ley lines. Those are really universities. Those are the sacred space where we find our essence of the universe. So that's why we say the city of the universe, the university.
Yes.
But we understand that when we are in the heart, in the inner sun. Nowadays, in the universities, we are 100% in the mind, and the teachers and the students. We need to be bright minds there. But and at these places, we understand the importance of the bright soul, the bright heart.
So the ley lines, I think when we were there with you this spring, you talked about that Teotihuacan is also on the same grid line as Machu Picchu. Can you talk a little bit about the ley lines?
Well, when we talk about the different ley lines, Mexico, it's connected with the ley line, the main ley line of Peru. From these main centers, we have, there's not only one line, you see. Right. There are many ley lines. Each point has other lines, and there is in all the directions. So all the power places are interconnected, but this main line here is the line of the power, we call the Kapahyan. Also, we call the line of the truth. And it is about the axis of the Mother Earth, the inclination that when it's moving, dancing with the Father Sun, that inclination, it is 23.5. That is so important to see, if we have one line in the middle straight, the other one like that, the main ley line, and the other one, it makes 23.5, which gives us the seasons. And we call this line the line of the truth. Then the question is, what is the truth? So we see the line that it makes possible the seasons. Life is the truth, because this inclination and the movement of the mother with the father sun makes the seasons that we have. And if we have a different order, maybe not possible this kind of life. Mm-hmm. And that life comes from that light from Illa Tixi Wiracochang, which is the primordial light of the manifestation.
It's amazing.
It is. Yeah, everything's so interconnected, and it runs so deep. Most of the world is still unaware of that truth, of the truth that comes.
It's a beautiful. Yeah, we went to Machu Picchu. Each time is different. Mm-hmm. And I hope next time we can go to the Mother Temple. Mm-hmm. At the Mother Temple, we have this beautiful heart in the rock, the big heart, the biggest heart of Machu Picchu. And next to it is the line, the great diagonal. And on the top of it is the Sun Temple, the temple of the Father Sun. Under is the temple of the Mother. But what is really connecting all this life, it is from the heart of the Divine Mother, Pachamama. It's so amazing, all those symbols that we can find. It is like a poetry in stones. Mm-hmm. And you see clearly, what is the explanation. But even just feeling it, you can really see the love of Pachamama, the Divine Mother, the Cosmic Mother, that is guiding us in this process of transformation.
And it isn't just inside feeling, like you can tangibly see that the light is different there. It's like everything's been turned up to HD, like physically seeing the colors pop there. Like it's just so different. Like the finer energies, I think you called them when we were there, the finer energies.
Yeah, Sami is the energy. It is very interesting when you are aware that light is not just abstract light. That light is love. You start to feel that all is love. I am surrounded by such an immense love. We cannot measure really, okay? And we can see that all this light is wise. And you see it's in service to you. It's in service to life. And you are that light in service to life too. So it is so beautiful how much impact makes your awareness of the light. And then we start to see that with the physical eyes, we see just a little bit. And when we do the cleansing of the 11 eyes, we open ourselves not only to see with the physical eye, but with the 11 eyes, we have the full picture that all life is all interconnected, but it's only one life. And this oneness, it is just amazing how it's reciprocal, how it's in service to each other. So the ways of the awareness of the light, it makes an impact. But still, we can see the difference with the physical eye and the cameras, the nowadays it has those lenses that it can capture much more than what we see with the physical eye.
It is so true. It is so true. Yeah, even in your picture, we can see the light rays behind you.
Oh, yeah.
And I also loved that part of my spiritual journey happened with crystals. That was one of the first modalities that I researched and really spent time learning and using in my healing modalities that I did with my clients. And so when I went to Machu Picchu with you, or when we went to Peru with you, I was thrilled to learn about and hear that your culture, crystals are a very important part of your culture and your healing modalities there. And we did some ceremonies with you with crystals. Can you talk a little bit more about how the crystals fit into the magic in Peru?
Well, first of all, we believe that everybody is a crystal. Everybody is like a priest. The word for this is Kespe. Everybody's Kespe. That's why it's very famous that it's a last name in Peru, Quispe, Kespe. Everybody is the children of the sun and also children of the Mother Earth. From the heart of the Mother Earth, a filament of light comes to this world, to the Caipacha. In this world, we become like a priest, okay? And then the light of the Father Son comes and touches us, and we let flow the luminosity of that light. That light that comes from Inti, from Inca, Ka is that ray of light that touch you, and you let flow that light through your life. That is the state of consciousness of Inca. So later with the Spanish period, we call Inca. So crystal is a Kespe, and every expression from the mineral kingdom, from the stone people, has a special gift. We believe that all the stones, the plants, the animals, the humans, we come from that light. We are light. So it's important for us to connect. For example, I'm just with a stone. This is a black stone. It's a tektite.
Tektite.
So when I introduce myself, I blow. But I don't blow only air. I blow light from my heart. So that's why it's so important, the awareness of the light, the qualities of the light of each of us. We are expanding our own qualities. This amazing service to ourselves. So this stone will speak to me as I introduce myself. How? With the best part of myself, that light that I am. So I hold. So after some moments, the stone starts to speak to me. In the same way, the crystals, in the same way, the quartz, the stones like the turquoise, the chrysocolla, there are different kinds of stones, but the most important ones, like the mesa, in the mesas we use, are stones from the mountains, from the apus, the different apus. It's the masters, silent watchers, the protectors. They live, these multidimensional beings. They choose to embody some of these mountains. So we start to become important bridges to continue their love, service, and wisdom, to give a hand to the masters. We use the mesas. So the stones we use in different ways. The black ones, like the tektites, to pull out the heavy energies, the densities of the histories that the humans, we have the tendency to be attached. And the other clear ones also can cleanse, but one of the most important is to harmonize. For example, the connection of the mother wind in the throat with the mama nina in the heart, harmonizing both, or connecting that fire with the water in the sacral of mama kocha. See? So we use different modalities. We have a beautiful workshop in the ways how we use the different stones. In some places we need to harmonize, in some places we need to connect to make stronger, the uses, or how to anchor in the different points with different kind of stones. Other kind of service with the stones, with the crystals, it is the chumpicuyas. Well, each of these stones that we activate by blowing light become a kuya. Kuya is also love. So we activate that love, the light. So you see, because you share light and you get back light. And that light I was telling is love. So kuya is love. Monai is love, that power of the creation, of manifestation, of love that creates everything. But the kuya is the affection, that it can go a little bit deeper in some situations, in some aspects, like in the emotional body. Okay, and the other is why it's when we really admire, when we are impressed. There's a different feeling. You get to Machu Picchu, say, wow, yeah. It is just amazing. That's love, but it's a different feeling. You see, you are not creating exactly, but you are letting that power, that love, come through your eye. But that is the the expression of how you can say when you are when something awesome you experience, it's the energy is there, is love. You see.
It's hard to find the words to even describe that feeling, and that's what we're all trying to do, is to translate that.
Yeah. So with the stones, for example, I don't know if you remember the chumpicuyas.
Yes, we have ours are sitting right here.
I have my set sitting right here.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, that's the chumpi, the belt, and the ways how we see the energetic points in the body, we see it as a belt, we see it as a spring of energy, and we see it as eyes. So we call chumpi the belts, pukyu the springs, and Nyawi or Naira in Aymara the eyes. So we have 11 eyes that we can cleanse and we can open, we can reactivate, we can reprogram. So using the stones, the chumpis, it starts to flow even much more interesting messages from the cosmos, from the highest frequency, or from the inner world. It is really a great portal nowadays that everybody, we can be in service. I mean, you don't really need a long process of training, with the chumpicuyas. In a short period of time, you can become in service to that light, to the new light. Or maybe maybe we can organize a webinar together with you and doing it in by Zoom, with a group of people who want to learn, expand using the stones in this new day.
Absolutely.
Well, I know this is coming in for medicine for me, especially because my spiritual awakening really was surrounded by crystals, that I do believe that as part of my medicine. So when you shared that with us in Peru, and we have our mesas, and we've just been sitting and soaking in the energy, and it is time to start digging deeper into that now that we've had some time to integrate. Because you did introduce us to a whole new world, and we are so very grateful for that. And I personally want to bring that medicine forward with the crystal work. So yes, let's do that.
Very good.
Yes. How did you get into the business and start taking groups? Can you kind of give us a little bit of history on how you even ended up to where you are today?
Well, I started at the 11 years old, taking people from the bus station, train stations to some of the hotels around Lake Titicaca. I keep doing the same with a little difference. The difference is that we are focused in the spiritual aspect. And when I was a teenager, I thought that all what I was doing at that time, it was in the meantime, I get, preparation, to study an important career that had to be very scientific, very rational. So I was escaping from everything spiritual, esoteric, shamanic. Even my mother was a great healer. But, I choose to don't believe in that,
Right, you went to university.
I was escaping,
Yeah.
So I guess there is no escape.
Right? If you're called, you're called.
I'm so grateful that I just let it flow. I mean,
right.
Because most of the time we can have a strong resistance. Well, but anyway, I try to really go in different directions. At some point, my girlfriend at that time, she was studying law, and when we started to live together, she was already a lawyer. So I thought that I should study law, so we can have something more to talk about, share, But I couldn't continue because, the human laws are too tricky. The human laws are just about don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought that I followed the cosmic laws.
Yeah.
I told to my mother, I am sorry that I'm not going to continue, because my mother's mission in a way was to have all the kids, all the children with the certificate that it has a profession, They are doctors, engineers, and all of that they are, all my brothers, all my siblings. But I choose to flow with the cosmic laws, the ways how we can experience life in an authentic way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're certainly glad that you chose that. You brought a lot of light and wisdom to many people, and I know you will bring more to many more people as time goes on. So,
no, thank you. You're generous with your words.
And you recently took a group to Egypt.
Oh yes. We had such an experience, and to go to Egypt, it's really to return home. Probably one of our first arrivals, you can say it is Egypt. And then we experience different power places in the world. But that is the first and the last place we go, because that has to do with the ascension, the preparation, the learning. All is any place in the world. But the temple of Luxor, even besides the pyramids, everywhere there, there is so much. But the ascension, it plays an important role there. So when I went the first time there in this lifetime, but because probably I was there so many times,
of course,
so yes. I was experiencing that, I'm going to return soon,
Mm-hmm.
And actually we are going to return. We already had a program with our friends in November.
Yes.
I hope you can join us. Huh?
We are planning on being there. Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
You know, it is really about to experience that aspect. You know, you can approach the power places by different ways. Some people only are interested in the mystery or in the megalithic aspects. Some others only few aspects. You know, it's important, the aspects, but the essence is all about how is in service that light to the world, to the life, and how we become the ambassadors, the ones who are weaving the golden threads of the power places in the world. So it makes more sense for me when we are interconnecting, we are weaving those golden threads with our souls from the inner sun. So wherever we go, we are carrying that. Nowadays, people is more and more aware about the new frequencies that some people, they start to connect with the tachyons now. You know, when I discovered a little bit this word about the tachyons, the tachyon chamber and all that, I thought, you know, I think I know all about that from past lives, but our ancestors knew much more when they brought these tachyonic stones, we can say in a way, you know, into the power places of the ley lines. So in many places with the Mother Earth, there is places with these high frequency stones that they were anchored places, interconnected with the cosmos to anchor in this reality, the cosmic vitality. And one of the examples of it is the awareness of the Incas. They keep the mummies, you know, in fetal position, and the Egyptians also, they mummify their leaders, you know. So that was interesting, a connection of that awareness that the body keeps transmitting cosmic energies, cosmic vitality. So there is no death, you know, I mean, in this other body. So, you know, going to Egypt and experiencing it has so many aspects. So it's something everybody, we must, you know, experience.
Yes.
Well, the very first time I stepped on the Teotihuacan grounds in Mexico at the pyramids, walking into the dreaming house where we have our gatherings, when the gates opened, I had this instant, Isis is here. Isis is here. And then because I was so new into my journey, I was like, why is Isis in Mexico at the pyramids? She's like, her place is in Egypt. And so to actually go on the grounds and pull in that energy there, you know, obviously Isis is everywhere, and that mother energy connects to Guadalupe and Mother Mary. Like, it is just the divine feminine energy. But my very first time there, that's where I was on my journey. I didn't understand that. And so walking in there and feeling, why is Isis here? Like, I will never forget that, And so the fact that this year we get to actually go to Egypt and physically stand on the grounds and be in that energy, I'm really excited to feel the difference. Just like going to Machu Picchu, the refined energies were different there, but I could feel Isis and know that energy in Teo. So to go and actually be on the Egyptian grounds, my soul basket can't wait. I know my energy's been there, but my physical body wants to be on those grounds.
Yeah, you know, I really feel that when I am in the places with the people that we are together, it's really like this a cosmic appointment. But not only between the humans, the appointment with the ancestors, with the master, with the spirits that they are the guardians in those places. So it was very beautiful. Last time I had a trip to Lake Titicaca, and that was actually my last trip. And we did a we organized with Lee and other friends in Urubamba, this conference kind, pilgrimage. Very nice. And after all, one person came, only one, but only for the extension to Lake Titicaca. So in my office, they've been telling me, I think we have to cancel because there is only one person. And I was saying, wait a moment. Why will be the reason we have to cancel? This is only one people, doesn't make sense. It's not rational, I mean, the costs, this and that.
Yeah, business-wise, yeah.
So
spiritual-wise.
And then I was talking to my assistant in my office, and well, at the night, it was so important. It was the priority. But in the new day, our priority is, if we have an appointment with the spirit, we cannot miss it.
Absolutely.
It's not the number of people. It is your agreement, when you choose to be in this reality, in this new day. Okay? So we are experiencing the new day. We are, of course, between the night and the day, still attached to the night, but in the new day, it doesn't have to be rational. I mean, there is things that it had to happen. I mean, no matter what. I mean, the rational mind will say, in terms of number, it had to be like this or like that. But what about your heart, your feelings? You see, that is the appointment, There is an appointment and there is moments. We had that privilege, to experience in this new day, the new cycle.
Yes.
Well, and it is a privilege. I still carry so much love and joy being in your presence, when we were in Peru, and then getting to share space with you again at the Gathering of the Shamans in May, the end of April. I love it. And so to be able to share some more space with you in Egypt at the end of this year, and absolutely doing a crystal workshop, I think that's a fabulous idea. I would also like to talk about your books.
Oh, yes. Actually, I don't write, I used to say I have the rabbit complex. What I mean? Rabbit complex is that your hands like this. And you don't know how to start, you see. So one of my friends told me, but you can speak.
It was just hit the record button.
We recorded. That's an idea.
That's me too.
That's how he processes as well. So. Oh,
fantastic. That's the best way, because when you are really planning to write something, of course, the mind is very smart and you can create whatever. But there is nothing more beautiful than just to flow from the heart.
Yes.
Because
is this you on the cover?
Oh, yeah.
And is this Lake Titicaca?
Lake Titicaca, with the hands of love, the triangle of power that we call love, service, and wisdom. Connecting that light, with the lake and in the Amantani Island. This is
one takes me there. It is such an amazing picture, and the words inside it. I would highly recommend people to go and get your books. Your other book is behind us, Machu Picchu.
Mm-hmm. Machu Picchu, the city of the children of the sun. Yes.
And where can people get your books?
In Amazon. In Amazon, there is the electronic format. We have the first one, also physical, I think they used to sell, I don't know. It's called the Andean Awakening, Andean Awakening. Then it's Inca Wisdom, and the last one is Machu Picchu, the city of the children of the sun.
And what's in the books is kind of some of the stuff that you cover when you take us on pilgrimages.
Actually, the first book is about some experiences we had with different people, even some experiences with Don Miguel, experiences, because when Don Miguel used to bring the groups, I used to be the guide for all the groups, and Don Miguel will bring. He doesn't bring groups anymore, but and by the way, I send much light to Don Miguel's process in these new days. Hope everything is flowing beautifully. And I talk about, the main power places and the experiences in those places we had. Some histories, my own experiences. And the other one, in the Inca wisdom, we talk about the qualities of the light, about love, service, and wisdom. We talk about the clarity, transparency, luminosity, enthusiasm for life, brightness, warmth, and enlightenment. And we talk about the uses of the stones, the chumpicuyas, and in Machu Picchu, of course, we talk about the different places, power places with beautiful pictures. But what is important, we talk about in the 3 books about the meaning of light for us. There are many people in the world from the Inca perspective, from the Andean world, sharing ways of the Incas. And most of our friends, they are focused in the offerings to the Mother Earth, in the mesas, okay? In the chumpis, which is important. But I start to remark about the light of the Father Sun, the light of the Mother. But, talking about in a deeper level, the meaning of the children of the light, the children of the sun. So, all depends how much interest we have about to expand our own light. It's very important mission to let go the heavy energies, but it's important to expand our own light.
Absolutely.
Well, in expanding the light, what I love about the cover of this doorway, in a lot of the places that you took us in the spring, we experienced magic walking through doorways like this. Can you talk a little bit about how important these doorways are?
The doorways, the windows, all it has very important purposes. In the Inca architecture, it's not only about the human, it's about how we are dancing with the cosmos.
Yes.
So I talked about it to my daughter. She just finished a few days ago her studies at the university. So this year she is graduating as a professional in communication and photography. So I told her,
congratulations to her. That's
no,
awesome.
thank you. I will tell her, thank you. So I told her I want to do something like that. So she took that picture for me. I mean, I had that picture. And we have a friend in the Coricancha. There is a painting about the cosmos, So she put together the window and that picture together. It express, really Machu Picchu as a portal to see the cosmos, to see life, which is one of the most important messages. I was asking once to the elders, what's the most important to learn, for a shaman, for somebody who wants to expand the power, because some people say it's about to have the gift to see the past, to see the future. Listen, no, it's not about that. It's about to becoming something, to become, in a powerful healer or a magician. It's not about that. Oh, maybe I want to have the power to go across the world and go to the power places and experience and drink from those power places. It's not about that. So it's not about to go, it's not about to do, it's not about to what you become, it's not about to see. What's all about? They will say it's about to see, but not what you want to see. It's about to see that you are life. And all life, there is only one life. So how we can represent that? And one of the ways that my daughter was explaining me in her own cosmovision, we can say this, okay, all the cosmos is all one. In there is also our beloved Mother Earth. We are together in this one life. And the window to see, the portal to see that is through your heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is truth. When you hear those words, that is, that's truth there.
So it's great to remember, those power places. And, it's interesting. A lot of people who had been in Peru say, oh, I know all about the Incas. But I said, take a look. And they, I didn't know that. It didn't really got that aspect. So they start to integrate much good. They start to dive in that energy. Mm-hmm. So it is interesting that there is a lot of how we can see spots of food for the soul, that we tend to see and remember. Yeah, I was reading the other day my own book, I was saying, oh, that's interesting, the Inca wisdom, and, I forgot about that, it's interesting. Because, the mind is guiding you different events. For example, today in Peru, we have, changes in the government, the parliament want to quit the president decided to close the parliament. Every day there is something going on.
Something's going on. Wow. Well, yeah. and your mind gets hooked, right? There's and it pulls your attention off your center.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but of course, always when you are aware, where is your attention? Of course, you start to be the master of it. Yes. So we know that all is part of the training. Huh? Yeah. So we are getting interesting ways to bring more awareness, more wisdom, more love, in one word, more light. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, and that is the message that we share, and share that same mission with you, is to spread the light and to put communication and messages out that there are other ways. There are other ways. There are other ways to walk on this planet, and it's time that those ways are shown in a brighter light.
Yeah, we are family. When you said, I want to do something like that, it's very interesting. I was remembering you and your connection with the skull you took from Peru, that crystal that is connected with the Lemuria.
I'm having so much fun with him.
I'm sure about that. Yeah, and I remember often when I used to wave, waving with some of the storms sometimes, in some places to change, to transform something. And I remember that silver kind of wave symbol on the skull.
Yes, mm-hmm. The infinity symbol.
The infinity symbol, yeah. I was, it's interesting how it's still around here.
Yes, it's amazing. Yeah, and there's condor, jaguar, and the infinity symbol.
Exactly.
And he's in our room, and I have done some dreaming with him, but as you know, it's very, very powerful energy. and he's been very gracious and very soft with me so far. But yeah, I look forward to more adventures with him as we go along this journey. I'm sure he'll feed me more information. We also have that. What's that thing called?
We sleep in our room with that crystal skull at the foot of our bed, and our kipu at the head of our bed.
Oh wow!
We bathe in it every night.
Every night we are
immersed in the Andean light, and it is creating so much expansion and growth for us. It's just both of us are just amazing gifts.
Yeah. Yeah. We set intent every night. It's there. The visuals are there, and it's making a big difference.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
There was so much. We took so much, and I knew it was going to take a while for all the medicine to integrate. And, you know, it does take time. And I think that's something really important that people need to know, that just because you go there and then leave doesn't mean that your journey's over. It takes time to integrate the medicine and to be able to actually formulate human words to talk about your experience. And Don Miguel Ruiz always talks about too, that once you try to describe it, then it no longer becomes the truth, because it's human words trying to put it to the experience, right? But that's what us humans try to do, is communicate. So yes, and this is my experience, and it may not be the truth as it comes out, but I'm going to do my best, because I do believe that right now on this planet, this is the medicine that humans need. They do need to understand that there is other ways to live on this planet right now.
Yeah, that's the most important awareness. There is extraordinary ways.
Yes.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
What makes the ordinary extraordinary? That light. That light. So we choose the light. Experiencing life with light. And guarantee extraordinary life.
Extraordinary. Well, our time with you was definitely extraordinary, and I am very excited to come and play with you again, for sure.
It's great, Donna. Thank you. Thank you for organizing this, and anytime, I'm always in service.
Yes. I'm sure we will have you back many times. You have so much knowledge and wisdom to share, and you know, even like you're in the energies. Lake Titicaca, I had never heard about until I met you. So we have a couple more minutes. Do you want to just kind of talk about where it is that you live?
Well, you know, I was born at the Lake Titicaca area. It's from Cusco, half an hour flight or 6 or 7 hours by bus. The high plateau is the highest plateau between two cordilleras, Oriental and Occidental. You know, like two arms make this sacred space, what is the Lake Titicaca. And it is what we call the feminine polarity of the Mother Earth. The masculine is the high plateau in the Himalayas, focusing Tibet. Between those 2 points penetrates the permanent energy of the planet Earth with the energy, the vitality of the Mother Earth, and the cosmic vitality. The masculine in the Himalayas, the feminine of the Lake Titicaca. So that makes much sense that in this new cycle, you know, the feminine start to irradiate that light.
Yes.
So people their attention is awakening into the south of Peru, to the Lake Titicaca, is changing. Of course, still important, the masculine aspect, but this is a feminine cycle, but positive cycle.
Yeah.
Yes. Time to support the feminine and watch it grow in beautiful ways.
And within ourselves too, within you guys as well.
And
the feminine energy, not the soul basket.
It's not women necessarily, that feminine energy that we all house, growing the feminine energy in this new Pachacuri as this new time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Well, we look forward to hearing more about your trips. We will put where to find you, how to contact you, and all of that in the show's notes. It was an absolute honor and blessing to have you come and join us this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Okay, Tupananchis Kama.
All my love.
Much love.
Thank you for sharing your time with us. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, and leave a ratings and review. Hey, did you know that both Angel and Seth have books coming out in 2023? Stay tuned and follow us on all social media platforms at Bites of Light, BYTESOFLIGHT. Thanks again, and we look forward to sharing space with you again soon.